Well, good morning, everybody. I was asked to do one of these devotionals, which I'm so happy to do. I've written something out called Being Useful to God, and I'm going to read that out to you right now. When we went to my mother-in-law's apartment to go through her belongings after she died, one of the most sought-after items was her old dime store spatula. Her chocolate chip cookies were legendary, and the homely little spatula represented what money can't buy: coming home. Even though it was old and scarred, with melted indentations on the plastic handle, spots of rust on the cheap metal blade, and an ominous crack where the blade met the shaft, it was a prize. And somehow, amazingly, I wound up with it. At first, I proceeded to use my little inheritance instead of my other spatulas, just because it was Mom's. But, as it turns out, it was simply a great spatula. No wonder she had used it exclusively. And I ended up using it so much that at that ominous crack, it broke within months. I was so dismayed. And here's a picture of the sad remnants. So I started looking to replace it. Come to find out, I had become a spatula snob. My new spatula had to be lightweight, it had to have just the right angle for easy leverage, and most importantly, it had to have an edge thin enough to get all of the cookie off of the hot tray. Seriously, I must have bought 3 different spatulas in my search, like some kind of prince looking for the right princess. Finally, I gave up and settled for mediocrity. Mind you, I did not pray about this. I did not ask God for a best new spatula. But guess what? Within months, I had a replica of Mom's spatula. For a mere quarter, I got my new spatula at a yard sale in Newington that my car veered off course to visit on the way to church one morning. I don't mind telling you, it was a miracle from God, and here it is. Imagine the kitchen without the lowly spatula. How would we flip the eggs? How would we flip the pancakes? And what about the burgers? How would you get the whole cookie? Recently, Gareth taught about the joy of being used by God in the particular talents He has given you. You are uniquely gifted in particular God-given ways. And in Romans, it talks about leveraging those ways to the best effect. We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophesy in faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is giving, then give generously. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Once upon a time, as a young Christian, I was so enthralled with Jesus and wanted so much to be used to bring His kingdom to earth that I paid a friend to calligraph the hymn, "Take My Life and Let It Be" by Frances Havergal, to put on my wall as a reminder. Here it is. This song is about consecration, being so given over to His service that there is no part left unused. My entire self is covered in this song. Take my hands, take my feet, take my voice and my lips, take my silver and gold, take my moments and days, my intellect, my will, my love. How could I want to withhold anything from a God who did not even withhold His own Son from me? Look with me at the first verse. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to Thee. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of Thy love, at the impulse of Thy love. At the impulse of Thy love. What does that mean? Psalm 32 says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Do not be like the horse or mule, which have no understanding, but must be controlled by bit and bridle, or they will not come to you. I want to be so useful to God, so available, and so ready for the jobs He gives me, that I am just an extension of His very deft hand. Baking cookies is one of my talents, so I do it. With all my heart, I jimmy those cookies off the hot cookie sheet and welcome people into my home, maybe giving people a whiff of and a longing for what our heavenly home with God will be like. In God's hand, I want to be just the right spatula. And in these critical times, when people are feeling afraid and vulnerable, I especially want to be so available that just at the impulse of His love, just at the right time and place, I am completely suited for His purpose. Church, His loving eye is upon us, and He will teach us the way to go. We are completely suited to bring His kingdom in this time and in this place. I hope you have a great day today. I miss seeing you all. Take care.